So, welcome to today's video, and before going anywhere further, don't build this thing. Don't build this thing. Do you like what you saw? Doesn't matter, don't build this thing. I'm really serious. And not because, oh, it's my build, it's only mine. No, nothing like that, actually. The reason I don't want you to build this thing is real simple. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Banshee is, if I remember correctly, with the latest resources that Digital Extremes gave us, she's the second less played Warframe in the entire game, and it's not because she's misunderstood, not by a long shot, it's because she fucking sucks. And for any of you that say, yo, but she has never been this viable, yeah, because she has access to the same tools that every single other frame has. So she fucking sucks. She sucks dick, she sucks balls. And you shouldn't build this thing. But if you like the concept that I've thought of, you should ask for a fucking rework, because this is one of the ideas that I had for reworking Banshee. Because right now, there's nothing that she can do that is unique to her. She can press her 1 and remove armor with an augment. A lot of frames can armor strip in an AoE. Like, if they can't, you can just use fucking pellets, or you can just use fucking Terrify, and that's it. You now can AoE strip. No problem. Oh, but she can do millions of damage with her too, which you don't need, because there's a lot of other ways to get stupid damage, honestly, and just kill anything, and you don't need the level of damage that Banshee offers. And even if you needed it, it's kind of hard to use because you need to hit the shots in the places. And if you don't want to hit the shots in the places, you need to spam her too. And if you don't want to spam her too, you need her other augment. So she's so poorly designed for what Warframe is right now, but I thought of a niche. So let me explain that niche. What if Banshee's 2 allowed you to transform single target damage into an AoE? So, but important detail, that conversion rate would be really low, so that you would need to hit it really hard. So DPS weapons wouldn't cut it. You would need a sniper rifle. You would need a single target weapon to be able to make that enemy explode whenever you hit the points on her too. So Banshee would have something interesting to do, because then she would be the only one Warframe in the entire game that would be incentivized to use single target weapons. Does that make any sense? Okay, so that is one of my ideas for a rework to her, and that is the reasoning behind this build. So before going into the actual fucking build, let me explain what this is supposed to do. You're gonna armor strip with your 1. You're gonna use your 2 before or after or whenever, and however many times you like, and then you're gonna look for an enemy that has a really easy to see weak spot. And then, because you can cast Deathmark while aiming, you cast Deathmark on an enemy, and then you shoot at them, and hopefully every single enemy in an area dies. That is the idea. Okay, so why does this suck? This sucks for several reasons. The first one is that it just doesn't do enough damage to consistently kill, and there's no way to maintain enough survivability with this version of Banshee to not have to lose some range on this build to make you survive. So that is the biggest range you will probably be able to see while surviving with her. Unless you're a maniac who is always able to, in the correct moment, to get your shields back. Unless you're that kind of maniac that can actually shield gate, there's no way to survive with this Banshee unless you use this specific build, so your range will be really limited. And also the other problem is that the damage is really inconsistent, because you need to hit those weak points, and you also need to pray for a slash proc, because the slash proc will fucking explode and transfer to every single enemy, and then everyone fucking dies. And that's how it works. So this is, ironically, a camping Banshee. I don't like to camp with her, but you can absolutely camp with this build. And that's the whole thing. Like, what do you want me to tell you? It's a build that is focused on using single target weapons. Ideally, something like a Rubico Prime, with this augment that allows you to not be zoomed in like all the time like this. So you can actually kinda use it in normal combat. So again, use your tomb, you throw the enemies into the floor, you look for an enemy that has the weak point like this one, and everyone dies. Also, really important to keep in mind, that explosion, the AoE, is line of sight checked. So you cannot nuke the room after the one you are in. You can't. You need to be seeing the enemies. And as I was saying, this build has it really tough to survive. So what did I do? I did this. This is the reason why I say you shouldn't fucking make this build. 2 Umbral Forma on the worst Warframe in the entire game is psychotic. And you would ask yourself, why? Like, why? The reason is really simple. It's because every 60 seconds in a Banshee's main life, a minute goes by. And every time a minute goes by in the life of a Banshee main, a minute goes by where there's no Banshee rework. A minute goes by where there's no news of a Banshee rework, and also you're starting to become a kind of paranoid, like, oh, maybe she doesn't deserve it though, maybe Chroma needs it more, which he does. Or maybe Inaros needs it more, which it does. And you end up with something like this. And you would probably thinking, yo, but you don't need the Umbral Forma because you can change this thing. Like, it's for capacity reasons, because this is my normal Banshee build, so I actually need this, right? I actually need this fucking thing, because now I will be able to more than probably change the polarity in this other build so adaptation fits, and then more range will fit into the build. And I will still be able to use resonance here without having that much trouble with capacity. Okay, so that's the reason I actually needed 2 fucking Umbral Forma, which is insane. And as you can see, this is just stupid, because the whole build, like, there's nothing is built around what she's supposed to do, because Banshee doesn't need numbers. Banshee needs to be able to survive, because if she's able to survive, she can use this damage multiplier on her too, which is stupid. She doesn't need numbers. Also, the base range on her 3 is like almost 30 meters, and you get just a little bit more and it's like 30. Like, look at the range on her 2. Does she need range? She doesn't. She needs to survive. That's the only thing she needs. So let me use every single Umbra mod. Let me use the new Prime Redirection, pumped out to the fucking max. Let me use adaptation. Let me use Brief Respite Guianago mod. Let me use the Arcane that gives you 900 armor. Let me use the Arcane that sometimes just completely makes you invulnerable. And let us reach insane levels of armor, because of course I fucking spent the shards on it. Of course I did. For what? For being able to click on an enemy on a weak spot and sometimes every single enemy around him dies. So, as you can see, like, this is not a build. This is not a build. This is just... I'm tired of literally needing Condemn to survive the image. Okay? This is... I don't wanna die the musical. This is... I need a rework the Netflix series. Okay, but is this fun? Somewhat. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So let me just get the big fucking broken knife that I like so much, and let's go to somewhere and let's try this out. Let's just go to mod on Steel Path and drain our sorrows in AoE damage and big numbers. And I mean, you would probably be thinking, like, are you actually okay though? Like, is this for the joke? Is this for the video? Yeah, it is for the video. But I'm still really sad. I'm still really fucking sad that I had to think about that, like, a different build so much to then be like, yeah, it works. It works. It's enough. It's like, yeah, I mean, it kinda works, but you need to be really mobile because if the arcane doesn't wanna start going on, yeah, you're gonna fucking die. If the arcane doesn't want to work, you're gonna die. You need to be really mobile with this thing. And of course, like, enemies that don't have any kind of armor, they're fucked. But the ones who do need you to cast your one, and now we don't have any energy, and what do you want me to do? Like, you need to kill enemies so they drop more energy, right? But the main gameplay loop, which I designed, is not working right now, so you need to just play really passively, which it sucks, right? Sometimes you get a shot like that, and then it's, yo, that's satisfying. Yeah, sometimes you do.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will bind.
Sometimes you do. But again, it's just like trying to find something interesting for her to do, which isn't just big number, and that's it. Like, I don't know, maybe if you like to play with snipers and you're tired of not being able to use them, maybe this is the build for you. I don't know. Right? Oh, this fucking clown is coming. And as you can see, like, the energy economy is shit. But I cannot afford to use Energize on this build. Like, I cannot afford that shit, bro. Because if you use Energize on this build, like, you're dying, dude. Like, let me tell you that.
30 seconds left.
You're dying if you're using Energize. Like, she needs every single thing that you can use, unless you're, again, like, unless you're fucking crazy and you're able to constantly shield gate and don't fail a single cast anytime. And of course, I was trying the build, so I forgot about life support, and So yeah, that is what this video is about. This video is about me having lost my fucking mind. So I'm gonna throw down there a fucking change.org or something like that. Remember, every second counts. Every second in a Banshee main's life counts, and it's a second that we're suffering. We're actually fucking suffering, and we need change. We need change right the fuck now, because, I mean, again, does my normal Banshee build work? Does this work? Yes! Yes, it does! Yes, it does! It survives, it kills everything, not the quickest at it, but it cannot die, and you can kill anything with any weapon. Cool. Cool. Would you say that it is healthy for this Warframe or the game by itself that I needed to use this much resources for it to be able to work? Because I would say that this is not it. Like, this is not it. Yeah, you can use the Gloom version. It's the exact same thing. You can survive, but you're 100% depending on your resources and on systems that you might not even be able to get until much later. So what's the point of playing her? Like, there's no fucking point. I mean, she looks cool as hell, though. She looks cool as hell. Send help. Send help, boys. I need it. See you on the next one.